Hello folks, got a drone here we're going to review. This is Tucok and it looks like it's O12S, and there's a little photo. It's a small drone and it's got some things here. It's hard to tell, but we're going to open the box up and here's some of the things you get. One thing, you get a nice soft case there, some cords, extra propellers, battery, and a controller, and the drone. So let's open her and see what we get. I have flown other drones and they're a lot of fun, and they've gotten the technology down better and better now, and they fly so much better. Okay, get this out of the way and let's see. Okay, this looks like the top. You can open them up. Right here in the lid is a meshed area storage, and that's where they keep the owner's manual, or they call GPS Smart Drone, and also the quick start guide. So each one of these, I would say, you need to read. And here it looks like a little information about the controller right off the bat. Looks like it's little instructions on the controls. These are always nice to look at. Let's start right here. This is a charger or something. Nope, this is the battery. Okay, this is the battery. And over here, oh, this is the, let's see, this is the second battery. We're going to leave him out because we're going to use it. All right, the next thing we have is the controller right here, and we will look at that in detail later. Controller with two joysticks, controls. Down in the bottom there is a screwdriver and looks like some charging cables right there that's going to charge your power supply and probably controller. So we got the cables and a little screwdriver for probably attaching and removing the propellers. And we have extra propellers right here. Okay, here's the little drone. That is a nice little compact deal, and we're going to look that over very carefully. But this is how it kind of stores up, just like that. Let me get to work reviewing the manuals and finding out how to do this. There's no way, this being the first time I've seen this, that I can proceed to tell you anything about this drone without reviewing all the material. And I'll be back shortly. Okay folks, I have learned just what I need to know to tell you how to set this drone up so that you're able to fly in a short period of time and get all the information in the right sequence. I have found that some of the information in the manual is not in the right order, and some things are hard to understand. I'm going to bring all of that out in an easy to understand and a proper flow for you to quickly get yours set up. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is get the drone set up. Now it comes like this. It's no battery. You have your two spare batteries, and by the way, they come with a pretty high charge, but the first thing you might want to do is plug it in and see what you've got. Now this is the USB cord. It should be a 1 to 2 amp charger. You don't want any more. And then you have to put this at the proper point. It's a mini USB, and it only goes one way, so you have to look at it and line it up. And it does go in hard, so you have to, there, and it makes a snap. Okay, there's one charge light left to charge up to be fully charged, and we're going to let it charge while we're working. This one I've already charged because it was the one I was using. Okay, first thing we have to do is unfold this. This is the way it comes in the storage bin. And what you want to do is take the top arms, move them out to the lock position, and you can definitely feel when it's locked. And then you take the bottom, grab the landing gear, pull it out. Okay, now it's ready to go. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and put a memory card in. This is the memory card. There's a couple places it says 32 gig is the max, and another place it says 64. I'm going to use 32. It is plenty for what you would be doing in one operation. You could have several of them. So you put it like this with the writing up, the drone upside down. You slide this in carefully, and then it won't go all the way. You don't use your fingernail to push it down in. It's going to stick up just a little bit. That's normal. Then to take it out, you'll push it in a little bit, and you can pull it out. And this is where your video and pictures are going to be stored that it captures. Okay, the next thing we need to do is pull the camera shield off. And what you do is you turn it upside down, and right there is a release tab. You cannot pull this off like the picture shows in there, just pulling it straight forward. You have to push on this and then lift it up, and it'll come right off. Avoid touching the camera or the lens. You do not need to try to move the camera. You can damage things. It's electronically, it's going to move the camera up and down. It can go up and down. And the next thing we need to do is set her down, get the battery, and the battery will only go one way. And there's a little tab here instructions that tell you how to turn the battery on. I'm going to go through that. So we want to look at these connectors are going to go to those pins. So just put her down here and just push it straight in. When you get it that way, then push down until you hear the snap. Both sides. There's two latches, and you do not want it cocked. So make sure that it's in there and one side is not cocked. It could cause loss of power. That means your drone's going to come out of the air. So that is important. It's also mentioned in the instructions. So I'm telling you key things that you want to look for. So far we've got the drone set up, camera shield, and also the memory card, and we got the arms deployed. Now I'm going to tell you, you got two cameras on here while we're looking at this. There is a camera, a bottom camera, and the front forward camera. You can switch between these to capture video, so there's a control on the controller that will allow you to do that. So you can go straight down or straight ahead. So that's important to know. Okay, now we've got that all done. We need to get to the controller. The controller is easy in that it's stored like this. These are the antennas right here, and I'm going to pull this up. This is what holds your smartphone for a visual display. Now, this is spring-loaded that will fit most all cell phones. Now, this is the antenna. Very important. Pull them out. They lock in that position, because then they're aimed up at the, you'd be holding it like this, so it's upward controlling the drone. Okay, with that in mind, there's some controls on the bottom it's an A and B to control the camera going up and down. They're right there. I just thought I'd point that out. The controller is the other thing that needs to be charged, and it's on the bottom. Right here is a mini USB, and you got to put it in the correct position and pop her in there. And there's a light on there that tells you the charge when you turn it on, and right there it's charging. Because I was using it in my demonstration, so this needs to be charged up. It was just with one light, or one bar rather. So, and you see the drone, it's not connected to it, but the drone gets its power from the battery. Now, in the instructions, the first steps, and they did show you to remove the shield, and that way, we want to turn the drone on first. and then the controller. Very important. So to turn the drone on, you push this once, and then you push it and hold it 5 seconds. And there, the drone is on, and it'll start flashing lights. Then we turn the controller on, and here's the controller switch on the right-hand side. You press it up. And as soon as you do, it's going to start connecting with that. And already it shows you that it sees that the drone battery is fully charged. So this is the display you get on your controller. You don't actually get a picture of what the camera is seeing, but we can fly it with these joysticks, and everything is just what we need. But we have to set up the drone with another conditioning, which is called geomagnetic correction. Here are some pictures that help you. First thing we have to do is a long press on this key. It's actually a camera key. And then we're going to rotate the drone in a circular motion. Then we're going to turn it up like this and do it. Just watch me. Okay, I push it for 5 seconds. And there it goes. Now, what I do is turn this 3 or 4 revolutions, and it'll start beeping when it's conditioned. 3 to 5. Okay, now with the camera down and we're going clockwise, you just turn this like this. There. And now it's complete. Okay, that is the geomagnetic correction, and you want to do it each time you're going to, I don't know, in the same location. If you fly in the same location, you only have to do it one time. But if you're changing, you need to do this. The next step, and I'm following right down, this is in good order and it's clear. Drones, gyroscope, and camera level correction. Place the drone, and they should be on a level condition. Don't tip it or anything. And then you press and hold this button on the left-hand side for 5 seconds. And then it will go through some light display. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all I needed. And then when it's complete, it'll go to steady. And you get a flashing light here. There. Okay. Step number 4 is complete. That was pretty easy. Now we just keep on moving, and then we have the flight mode switch. There's 2 modes that you can fly with this, and I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of descriptions. You need to read about this. We're going to go into the GPS mode, which is the safest one, the flying outdoors. Mode 1 is for indoors, and it's optical. You just point and fly. GPS is going to help guide you, and that's what you want to be able to return if you need to return quickly due to low battery. You can't do that in mode 1. So I advise you to go to mode 2, GPS flying, and then go and learn the other. There's some applications like follow a person. You have to be in mode 1 to do that. Too much to cover in this short video. We're going to link up with the satellites, and I've turned everything off, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to press once and then press and hold for 5 seconds to turn the drone on. There, she's on. And now I turn the remote, my remote on right here. Got the antennas up. Okay, I've got the drone is on first, then the controller, and now we're on GPS and we're waiting for our satellites, and I'll come back and tell you how long it takes for us to get our satellite. If you do that 5-second push, it's going to take it out of GPS and put you into optical form, and you won't fly GPS, and that's not a good way for you to learn. That's for later on. You always want GPS on, so just turn it on and let it find the satellites, and then it will connect in that mode number 2. Okay, we're 14. We're well above 8. That's fine. And GPS is on. That's the way you want to take off. Okay, if it's off, then you are flying, you're just flying it forward and back, and it's not flying by GPS. We're in mode 2. That's what we want. Okay, now I'm going to show you some flying demonstrations. Now I'm going to show you how we go into flight mode. Now take these two controllers, and you're going to push this one to 7 and this one to 5. They go in toward each other, okay? And the propellers will start. And there we go. And now I'm going to show you how, for the first time, if you just want it to go up about 3 feet and stop and let you control it, whoop, you can just, there, and right there it is. Now I can control it by going forward. It's pointing away from us, and now you can see, you're going to see the camera move. So the left button or the right button, see, is going up, that's going down, so that's the down button. And now I'm going to go back up right there. And now you have to just, when it's like this, you have to kind of keep your mind as to where you're going. Okay, I'm taking off, and this is to demonstrate how well you can control the drone with just the controller. I don't have a smartphone attached to it. The only thing, the advantage of a smartphone connection with the app is that you get to see what you're videoing and what the drone sees, and also you have a lot more features that you can activate. You're limited with just using the controller. But I know there's a lot of folks out there that might not have a drone or a smartphone that may have the capabilities of linking up with the app. It has to be a certain level of technology to work with the app. So if that's the case, you can fly this drone as I'm demonstrating with just the controller, and with a little bit of time you'll gain experience that you can control that camera up and down with those 2 buttons on the bottom of your controller, and you can get some great video. I have worked for a number of years without a display, and you can definitely gain experience and do a great job, and you'll enjoy the fun you get. Okay, landing. We're going to take a flight now up above our community. Now I want to make sure that everybody understands that I have years of experience in flying drones within trees, and this is not something you want to try the first time. You don't want to destroy your drone. So find a big open area. I'm just trying to demonstrate the capabilities of what you can do with the drone. It's really a nice drone for the price. I've paid a lot more for professional drones, but they have a lot more features. These have enough, this one has enough features to really give you a great experience. So I think for a first drone, this is great, and I hope my video will help you to gain the confidence to see that you can get this ready to fly and enjoy something. And it's you see, you can get up high above and get some great video of your community. Or if you go to the beach, now you have to be careful where you fly. Some areas do not allow drones, so you have to check on that. Okay, now I'm coming down, and at some point right along here I'm going to hit my one button landing, and it will automatically gently lower me down to the ground, and at any time above about 3 feet I can control and move the drone, so I can still control it, but it gives me a good confidence builder for those first time. That's what I'm demonstrating. Now it's coming down gently and landing and shut off. So great landing.